tell the truth and shame the devil.
All right, come on in, people.
You know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil.
I love being black. All right, people. We got another great show tonight, and I'm looking for some callers 40 and under to explain to me what is white supremacy slash racism. I want to hear from your own words. Your own words. Call in tonight. We're looking for some callers, 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. It's going to be a great show tonight. I'm looking forward to share some things with you guys tonight. And that's what I want to do. Share some things with you tonight. And it's going to be an exciting show. Um, Need you guys call in. All right. Check me out. This is live, uncut, unedited. This is where we tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. All right. We got some callers that's calling and that's going to come in. And I appreciate you guys for participating tonight. And we're going to make this a great show. And I'm going to have a panel of 60 and over. They're going to be I'm going to have them call in and I want them to listen. I don't want them to say anything, but I want to introduce them to you. You said, well, Martin, why you got a bunch of old folks on the panel? And it's a reason. I'm not going to call them over. I'm going to call them older people. I'm just shy of that 60 mark. But I want them to listen. And I want them to learn from the young people tonight. I need them to learn from the young people because, see, young people, you know, and I know that there is a disconnect between the young and old. We always say, well, you all always say, oh, that's the old, that's the past, all that glory, glory, hallelujah singing, and we shall overcome and lift every voice. You know, you young folks, y'all said, no, we cut from a different cloth. And so tonight, I want you guys to tell these older people how you really feel and what you know about white supremacy slash racism. That's what I'm talking about. And we're going to listen to you guys tonight. I'm going to introduce every older person on this panel. And all I need is know their first name or the last name. I need y'all to mute your phone. 3884. It sounds like you. And I want you to listen. Okay. Now that sounds like 224. Jessica, that sounds like you. Mute your phone. I'll come to you. Everybody mute their phone that's on the platform. Mute your phone. Mute your phone. Mute your phone. All right. Now, I need some callers that's 40 and under. I need people that are 60 and older on the panel with me tonight. And I'm going to show y'all the difference of the way they think and you think. The older school, in a sense, versus the new school. That's what we want. And I'm going to show you how we view history different. I'm going to show you that. We view history different. Yep, that's it. That's it. The young versus the old. White supremacy. That's what we were talking about tonight. And this is a conversation not of hate, not of fear-mongering, none of that. I need some young folks to call in that's 40 and under and come and tell these older folks what they don't know and what they should be doing. You know, come on now. Y'all come on, talk to me. Y'all tag somebody. Tag somebody tonight. I'm the moderator. And we're going to have a history lesson tonight. And we're going to see who know what and what know who, what. That's what we're going to see tonight. And the young folks always say, well, we're not like them in the 60s. You hit us, we hitting back. But educate you a little bit, they hit back in the 60s too. It wasn't all we shall overcome in the 60s as well. So I don't know what you guys heard, but we listen. I'm going to introduce my panel tonight. And I want to ask their age. If you're 60 and older, and if you're 40 and younger, I want to hear from you tonight. But my older people, I need them to stand down tonight. I'm going to put them on mute, but I want them to listen. Listen. So I'm finna go down the line, and we finna see what age bracket that we have on here already. We're gonna start with 424. How you doing, 424? How old are you, and what's your age? And you give us your name if you like. 424. Unmute your phone. 424. Yeah. How old are you, 424? Yes. 63 years old. Okay, Jessica, I'm finna mute you, and I want you to stand down until I call on you. Okay, is that okay? All right, this will be okay. Thank you. All right, all right. Let's go to 630. I'm sorry. Bill, 240, 4248. Come on, Bill. That's Bill. You 64 years old. Bill, all I need you to do, it's gonna be a while. I just need you to stand down and listen. We want to hear what the young folks got to say. Okay, I'm gonna put you on mute. So I'm gonna unmute you when I'm ready for you guys to talk. All right. All right. Let me go to 3884. Caller, how are you? Can you introduce yourself? Tell us who you are and how old are you? All right. All right. Hey, oh, you 72? Okay, Bobby. What I need you to do, I'm gonna put you on mute. Now I want you to listen to these young folks. All right. And I'll come back to you. Okay, check them out. All right. All right. All right, we got 8214. Last four digits. Come on, caller. 8214. Caller? How, how,
You already know
how
what it
you doing?
is. This
How,
is the
how you doing,
Crime
caller?
Chaser.
How old are you, sir?
Unedited.
65. Oh, my man. Now, I want you to be patient with me tonight because I'm going to put you on mute. I got all my 60 people. I just really want them to listen. I really want them to listen, but I'm going to call on you now. We want to see what the young folks got to say. I'm going to see if they know a little history or something, how white supremacy and racism work. Okay, so just be patient with me. Don't hang up. I'm coming back to you. I promise you. Okay? All right. Thank you. All right. Marcus. Marcus, hold on. 52. Okay. Really, I need you to stand down, Marcus. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Sir, I'm live. I'm live. Oh, you gonna call in or what? Okay, call in. All right. Okay, Marcus, I need somebody 40 and under. But you're welcome to listen, but I need somebody 40 and under to comment. Right. So you right there where I am. So I'm not talking. So we want 40 and under. I need somebody that's 40 and under. And I promise you, younger people that's younger than me, 40 and under, I would not let nobody humiliate you, disrespect you, none of those things. I just need to know what is it that you know about white supremacy and racism, how it works and what it is. Somebody said they can't hear. Hold on. Let me check some of my, because y'all know it's just me. Hold on, settings, video. Hold on. It might be me. Yeah, they can't hear. Let's see. Yeah, they're right. Right. Great show. I'm snoozing. I'm snoozing. I'm snoozing. I'm sorry, people. Sorry. I knew you guys are here now. I'm sorry. All right, y'all now. Okay, cool. 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 Okay. I got it. I got it now. Now we have I'm gonna go back over the panel again because since everybody on this panel is 60 and over. So right now I'm looking for young people that's 40 and under, that's educated, articulate, and I need you to tell me about racism. We're going to tell these old folks tonight. We're going to show them up and let them know we know what's going on. We know how to solve this problem. We know. All right. All right. And we're not going to deviate. They tell me don't deviate, and we're not going to do it. We're talking about white supremacy and racism. That's right. What we talking about? All right. Let me check who this is. 1398. 1398. Who are you? 1398.
Okay. This Santana.
Okay. All right. How old are you, my brother?
I'm 39. I mean, I'm tripping, but I'm 30.
Okay, good. I need you on the panel now. I need you to talk. Okay, cool. I'm going to. I'll let you know when I'm ready for you to talk. Okay. All right. I'm going to the next call.
Sir.
Okay. I need you to talk because I need you. Okay. Just put your phone on mute. I'm gonna come to you. All right. Area code 317. Come on, caller. Who are you? 317. Area code 317.
Oh, yeah, 317. I'm 40, calling from Indiana.
Oh, my man, I need you to stay right online. I'm looking for you. I'm looking for 40 and under. So I got two people that's 40 and under. All right, I got two people.
I thought you forgot about me, Martin.
No, I ain't forget about you, but I need you guys to explain. See, this is what we're going to do. We're going to stay on topic tonight. We're not going to go on no long drawn story. I need us to talk about white supremacy and racism. That's what I need to talk about.
Okay.
I need us to talk about how can we, those of you that are young people, how can you fix what we're going through right now? Since we don't believe in the older folks.
Hold
it, brother. Just listen. Now, don't listen to respond. Listen to understand. I'm laying down the ground rules. How we gonna do this? No older person is gonna cut you off at all. I got all the older people that's 60 and older on mute. I got them on mute. All right. So I need you to stand down. Stand down.
Lynetta.
All right, we just got enough. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna call on you. Just hold on. All right, Eric. Okay, it's at 3117. How old are you, ma'am? 3117.
I'm 33.
You're 33. Okay, you're gonna be talking tonight, and we're gonna be talking about white supremacy and racism, and we're gonna talk about these older people, why we don't really follow them, why we don't want to hear all that old talk, but we're going to stick with the subject now. We're going to stick with the subject. They think they know everything, and we're going to stick with the subject now. Now, let me say this. Let's be respectful when we talk about the older people, okay? All right. They're not going to cut you off. They're not going to interrupt you or anything. The subject is white supremacy and racism. That's what we're going to talk about, all right? It's the young people versus the older people. Okay. All right. I'm going to I'm going to start with 1398. I believe he's 13. How old are you? 1398. I think I'm looking for 1398. 1398. Come on.
Yeah, I'm 30.
Okay, come on, my brother. Let's start talking. We talking about white supremacy. We talk about racism and older people, why we don't follow them anymore. We not with that I have a dream, Martin Luther King stuff. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Come on, brother.
I'm gonna speak on the older people, and I'm gonna say that I think.
Okay.
The reason why we can't.
Okay, hold it too. This is what I wanted to talk about too. I left this out. I just got a text. We're talking about white supremacy and racism, and we want to talk about, since the young people got all that. I want to ask the young people that's 40 and under, how can we stop racism and white supremacy? Okay, and we still can tie it in with the older folks, but how can we stop it? Since the older people didn't stop it, we want to ask the younger people, since we don't listen to them, and we want to ask them tell them how, as you guys being younger, how can you stop racism and white supremacy? But go ahead, my brother, 1398. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Um, me personally, I think we have to stop letting our kids be so accessible to these schools. Maybe if we stayed a little bit more, maybe if we had more people that wanted to be teachers in our community, and we can have kids, we can have the teachers teaching them what we want our kids to be taught. Then maybe that would help us stay away from white supremacy, because that's all you ain't learning a lot in a lot of these schools, you know. But as far as like the older people and why we can't mix together, I think it's because what's going on right now is a reflection of what, you know, y'all did put out here, you know, and they don't never want to take accountability for the roles that they didn't play in the community. You know, it's kind of like I remember seeing this movie, and I don't want to tie too much to this movie, but I remember seeing Boys in the Hood, and I remember seeing Lawrence Fishburne, how he took his son and how he raised his son. I thought to myself, if he would have did that for all of them kids in the community, that those kids would have had better outcomes. And since that's not what really is going on, or that has been going on in the Black community, that's why it's so bad right now. I mean, obviously, I think it's more of a spiritual thing. Mm-hmm. I think if you have, I think it's more of a spiritual thing. Since Black people have the most kids out of wedlock, out of God's covering, then I think that's why we have the worst community. You know what I'm saying? Because the further we get away from God, that's why it's looking this way.
Now,
I'm letting my plan.
Okay, no. Let me hold it right there. Don't go nowhere. Now, tell me, can the younger generation, 40 and under, can y'all fix this? What the older people didn't do? Can you fix this? Do you believe that you can fix this?
I'm gonna say the only way we can fix it is by teaching our kids, our younger generation different. We need to understand where we went wrong at, and the only way we can right that wrong is by trying to fix it through the kids. We are already pretty much indoctrinated, but we understand where we went wrong at. But as far as trying to change, you know, the direction where we going, we got to start with the kids.
Okay, all right. You talking about the 40 and under, right? That's what you're referring to, not the older people, right?
40 and under. That's they kids out here doing all these bad things. The 40 and under crowd, that's they kids out here.
Okay, but what I'm asking. Okay, sir. Please hold it. 72, 872. Hold it. Okay, what I'm asking you, my brother, as a younger person, do you guys have the answer? Hold on. Yeah. Hello?
Yeah.
Do you have the answer?
Again, that's the only answer I can say is that we going to have to teach the kids differently. That's the only thing I can really say.
Okay.
I don't think it's just gonna get fixed overnight, or it's a month-to-month thing, or it's a year. About time it might be fixed with us, we might be 2-3 generations removed before we can actually say we can get away from white supremacy.
Okay. Hold it right there. For those of you that cannot hear me, please go to YouTube. I don't know why Facebook is acting up. I can't tell you. For those of you that cannot hear me, go to YouTube. Go to YouTube, please. Go to YouTube. If you can't hear me on Facebook, go to YouTube. Okay, hold it, brother. I gotta let me go to this person just calling. Let me see who they are before I let them talk. Okay, 872 area code. What's up, my brother? 872. What's your name?
John.
John. Okay. How old are you, Mr. John?
I'm 51.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not looking for you tonight. I need 40 and under right now. You said 61 or 51?
50.
Okay, I'm not looking for you tonight. I need 40 and under tonight. I'm sorry. Thank you for calling, though. Okay, but just thank you for
All
calling.
right, then.
Okay, cool. Thank you. All right. All right. We want to. All right. That's one down. All right. We're gonna go to the next person. 31 area code 317. Come on, 317. All right, 317. Now
Hey, what's
listen.
going on, Mr. Martin?
Okay, now listen. Now we're not trying to bash the older people now. It might little everybody coming in, but and especially you. You always talk about the old stuff,
I
forget the
don't bash
past
the
and all
older
that.
people. I
But
don't
now,
bash
okay,
y'all.
now,
I don't bash
so
y'all,
what the
Mr.
thing
Martin.
is,
Don't do me like that.
how are you young people going to fix white supremacy, racism? What can you do better than they did back in their past, in their day, in a sense?
Well, I don't know if what needs to be done was already done. So the people who came before me already put forth the work where I don't have to put forth all the work. I'm just kind of reaping the benefits from people like you that really fought back when we had to fight. We live in a time now where the racism is within the people. It can't prevent me from being great. So back in the day, it could prevent me from being great. So I'm not knocking the old schools. I just think that some are scarred from some of the things that happened, some of the traumas that happened to them when they were young, and that stuff sticks with you, and it just can't leave. And it's just like kind of obsession with proving that this country is like still racist and still going through the things that it went through in the 50s. And even some people are even saying it's going back. I don't know where this stuff is coming from. And that's why I be listening to your show, because I'm trying to understand why people feel like that America is racist, or it's the most racist country in the world, or you can't be great here if you black, which is why I watch your show, because I be in complete confusion. Now, I know we lived in it at one point, but what now are we going through that prevents any black man from being great? And I want to know.
Okay.
That's all I want to say.
That's all you want to say? Okay. Cool. All right. I'll
I
come
mean,
back.
that is the blueprint. The blueprint to me is racism doesn't exist anymore. It exists through us. We are now the racists. We are racist with each other. You know, and if anything, the only racism I see is like these predominantly black colleges, or predominantly where I can go around and say in black power. I can go around and say white people this and white people that. But yet, if there is a community of white people even having the same discussion that we're having right now, they would be considered racist. I don't get it. So yeah, I think we are now the racists, and I'll combat anybody who got something to say and in detail.
Okay.
Go right ahead.
Okay. Question. Question. Can
Go
you
right
see
ahead.
the screen that I got up here on the? Can you look at the screen?
No,
You can't. Don't worry
I can
about it. You
go
can't see
to
it.
it, but
Go.
I
Okay.
can go to it.
I'm gonna come back to you, and
Okay.
I'm gonna come back to you.
I see the screen with the
Okay.
dogs in the 50s jumping on people.
Right. You see that? Okay.
Okay.
Now
I
you
see
know
that.
it. You know anything
That's
about
happening
that?
now still.
Hold on. Do you know anything
No, I
about
didn't
this?
live in that days.
I said, do you know
No, I've
anything
never
about
experienced
that?
that.
You never experienced. I said, do you
Well,
know?
I've never experienced it. No.
Okay. You got grandparents? Anything? Did they ever talk to you about this?
Yeah, my grandfather experienced it. Yes.
What did he say?
My grandfather's been chased by dogs. He's been beat. He's been thrown in neighborhoods. He's
By who?
been through a lot.
By who?
By white cops.
Okay. Okay. All right. That's all I want to ask you. I'm gonna go to the next caller. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on to the
All right.
next caller. Next caller, 3117. Come on, caller. I think it's a female.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hello.
How you doing?
Hey. Fine, and you?
Okay. Now you know I'm asking
So
you.
just start talking.
Yeah. You can start talking. Just start talking. Tell me.
Okay.
How can you, as a younger person, solve white supremacy, racism, or what is it you think that you guys can do that the older people didn't do back in their day?
Okay. I'm going to speak honestly because my generation doesn't have the luxury of pretending anymore. We cannot end racism and white supremacy until we face the hard truth. The older Black generation survived, but they didn't finish the fight. And sometimes they even protected the systems that held us back. Like for decades, our elders were taught to endure instead of transform. They were taught to open the door, and they accepted whatever was handed to them. They internalize that fear, that silence, and respectability politics because survival demanded it. But survival isn't liberation. Survival doesn't dismantle systems. And while white supremacy evolved, too many of our own leaders didn't. We keep voting for the same Black Democrats who have done nothing to structurally improve our communities. They stand in front of us with big titles and no receipts. Schools still closed, housing still declines, resources still disappear, and our kids still grow up in underfunded neighborhoods. Yet these politicians are reelected over and over because they're familiar, because of tradition, because of older voters cling to symbolic representation instead of measurable results. A Black face in the failing system is not a win, it's camouflage. White supremacy loves when we confuse identity with accountability. So we end it by doing something older generations were not allowed, empowered, or willing to do. We break political loyalty and build political leverage. No more automatic votes. No more we always voted this way. No more recycling leaders with no results. Our vote is earned and not owned. When politicians know they can't lose us, they can't use us, they don't fight for us. Yeah, when they know they can't lose us, they don't fight for us. White supremacy still thrives in our schools, our policing, our courts, our universities, our economic development and housing. We end it by putting new accountable leadership in those seats and refusing to let them coast. Your generation is already doing it. My generation, we coming in with the school boards, campaign, litigations, FOIA requests, community programs. It's the strategy. We got to stop accepting and letting politicians show up at church once a year and think that a community that's community engagement. We can't celebrate ribbon cuttings for buildings we don't own or programs we don't control. We have to have real progress when it comes to budget. The budget got to be for Black people. The policies got to be for Black people. Enforcement have to be for Black people. Access have to be for Black people. And equity have to be for Black people. If you can't measure it, there's no progress. We have to build our own economic power. We have to buy land. We have to support Blackness. We have to create community co-ops. We have to build credit, teach financial literacy, pass down this wealth and not the struggle. We have to break the cycle when we build instead of begging. And we got to call out anti-Blackness in our own community. You know, we got colorism, silence, fear, respectability, politics. Don't make waves, be grateful for crumbs. Older generations taught these survival skills, but these survival strategies don't come. It just become cages and we keep using them. But my generation is different. We're global, we educated, we multilingual, we community rooted, politically sharp, and we unafraid. We not about to inherit anyone's fear. So
Young
we have
lady,
to take control of our
young
own.
lady.
Yes,
I
sir.
like what you're saying, but I can't get with that noise going on in your background. I don't know if you're moving around. Nothing. I mean,
I'm
please.
sitting straight still and
I
there's
don't
no
know.
noise in
You
my background.
do
That's
you got
great.
YouTube playing or Facebook playing while you're talking to something, or you got me on speakerphone or
No,
Bluetooth or something? Okay, because there's just so much noise and it's
you
coming
in
from you.
my AirPod.
Yeah, maybe you need to take me off your earbud because it's irritating. Then we got people that's driving, listening. We got people that's working while listening, and we want the sound to be right for them because we want to hear this. We want to hear this. Okay. Okay. I like what you're saying.
Hello.
Yeah, that's so much better. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, could you, in your own words, explain to me and to the young man that's around your age, he said racism doesn't exist anymore. And he's trying to figure out, is it any way that you could explain it in detail where he can understand it? Because he's in your age bracket. Could you do that for me as well?
Uh,
Go ahead.
Yeah, so in our systems, like in our school systems, if you go for CPS, for example, if you're in Chicago, CPS school system is still racist. You have the Black schools are underperforming. Over 98% of the students are on IEPs in the Black schools, and they're and it's ninth graders reading at second grade level. But there's a law called IDEA where they're supposed to find these kids in primary school and help them. They can help our kids before the age of 3 and start helping them to get there. But they don't do that. They let our kids go along and pass them along over and over until now we have a generation of high schoolers right now that cannot read. They cannot write in cursive. They can't do anything. That's just one of the systems of oppression. If you go down to the north side, the kids can write in cursive, all that. They get all the structural foundation of education that they need. But if you go on the south side, in the west side, our schools are deplorable. The education system is deplorable. They're in the same school system and not even getting equitable education. That's a racism still alive. You can go to the court systems in America. A black person will get 50 years for the same charge that somebody white will get 5 years for. That still happens today. You'll have a black case waiting. And even in our city hall, you have cases waiting in city hall that's been waiting for 2-3 years on, but you'll have somebody that's Jewish and have a lawyer with a lot of money and they'll get their cases heard. City hall will push their stuff through, but they won't even push our own black policies, black houses being lost and stolen. That does not get listened to. But you be a Jewish white person or a liberal white person, you get all the amenities, all the resources that you need to fix things. But if you're black, you're going to get looked at, oh, well, get in line. That's the systemic racism is in every level of community government in our communities. If you look at the black community and compare it to any other community, our communities have been downgraded. We don't even have full families anymore. So if you don't see that for yourself, I don't know how to explain to you where racism is, because it's there. It's not hiding.
Now, often
I got some. I want to know something. Wait. I'm sorry, Mr. I'll go ahead, Mr. Martin.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. It's about the young people. Go ahead, sir.
Okay,
Go ahead.
So you talked about the education, right? You talked about how schools in inner cities are like this. Are you aware that is in also the what we call like the trailer park areas of the white communities, which are low in poverty communities, have the same problem? It's not really a race problem. It's a rich versus poor problem. And what they do is they throw the racism out there like it's really being racism going on. But in reality, the privilege that's happening in the country is through us. We get the privilege. I can walk freely and say certain things that a white person can't say. If he said the exact same things that I say, he will be considered a racist. He can lose his job and so forth. So with the educational part, I don't know if it's so much as just in the communities. I think that's more of rich and poor, because it happens in the white community too. And what years of education did all black people know how to write and read? Like, and this is real, and I'm black too, so I'm just saying. In what years of education in the United States where black people were high in graduating, and we all knew how to read and write? And
before the civil rights era, before desegregation, black people were very educated. They're the most educated people in the country. When I was coming up in high school, it wasn't 98% IEP in my high school. It was you knew it was one class of special education students. Now, for me, I'm an educator. 98% of the school is special education. That's a problem, because some of those kids don't even need special education. Some of them just never were. They were never. No one paid attention to them. They just pushed them along and passed them along. Some of them just needed that time with people. And I'm not talking about societal things like, oh, he said the N-word, now he's going to lose his job. I'm talking about systemic things. Yes, you said, oh, it happens in the poor white communities. Let me tell you this: in the poor white communities, if those parents go and ask for their FICAs and things like that, they will get the services because it's allotted to them by the state. But if you go to a black school, this is true. If you go to a black school, the parents have to fight to get their kids responsible special education services. Free and appropriate public education does not happen in CPS. I don't know where you're from, but for CPS, it does not happen, and that's the law that is supposed to happen.
Now, let me
ask you another question.
Hold it.
Question.
Sir, no. Hold it. Now, you've explained a lot, Well, what I'm asking is, how can we come up with some solutions, the 40 and under, to dismantle white supremacist racism? I know you don't believe in white supremacy racism. You think it's a thing of the past. So I understand that. I'm not going to argue with you on that. But I need to know.
In some aspects.
Yeah, no,
In
no,
some
don't backpedal now. Stick with what you said now. Yeah, okay, well, okay. If you said in some
That's what I
aspects,
said, in some aspects.
okay, well, tell me how it exists. Tell me in some aspect. Tell me in your own words.
System exists now to the point to where a person always thinks that the white man is bringing them down and preventing them from being
Okay,
great.
hold it.
So
No, hold it.
No, that's victim mentality.
Yeah, hold it.
That's
Yeah,
not.
thank you. Tell me.
that's what we have.
No,
That's
okay.
what 90% of black people have. Victim
Okay,
mentality.
so
I'm glad
tell
you said
me where racism, white supremacy exists. Is there such thing as racism in this day and time?
Well, if you know that you're going to get more, yes. If you know you're going to get
Did you
more
answer the
time
question?
to
Yes
do
or no?
it, then why
You
are you
answer the
doing it?
question. Answer the question I asked.
What was the question?
Does
What
racism
was the question?
exist on a small scale or any scale that you can see right now in 2025 as you've been a younger person?
Man, I don't really call it racism, man. I call it just rich
Well, what is
versus poor.
okay? Okay, let me hold it. Can you define what is racism?
Racism would be for somebody using the status of their race to hold another race back.
Okay, and so you don't see that happen in today's society, right?
I'm not gonna say I don't see it happening.
Well,
What
okay.
I'm gonna say is I don't see it happening to a point. Hold on, Mr. Martin, answer the question. I don't see it happening to a point to where it prevents me from being great in life.
That's
I
not
can
what
do anything I want.
Okay, hold it right there.
Mama Doris.
Hey, Mama Doris, I know who she is.
I'm
Okay,
joined.
okay, real quick, hold on,
Hey,
y'all.
Mama Doris.
Hey, Mama Doris, 7202. How old are you, Mama Doris?
I'm 81 years old, going on 82.
Okay, I need you. I'm gonna put you on hold.
21. Okay,
I'm gonna put you on hold. I'm gonna put you. I'm gonna put on hold. Okay. All right. Okay. I just got another caller, but I'm not looking for. I know how old. I think he's in the 60s too. So what I'm saying, young man.
Don't be over 50 is gonna understand what I'm saying.
No. We listen. We got the 40 and under, and we got the 60 and over. So that's what we work with. We excluding. Okay. Let me get this caller real quick. Okay, 281. How old are you? 281.
Oh, I'm sorry.
How old are you? 281.
What's
Yeah.
you doing tonight? I'm an old man.
Give me your age. Give me your age, because we're looking for people that's 60 and over. If you're not 60 and over, I don't want to hear from you.
I'm 62.
Okay, stay on the panel. I got to put you on mute. All right, stay on the panel. All right. Now, I'm confused with 317. I'm just trying to get a clear understanding. Let's go back to the original question. What is racism? Describe racism in your own words. And matter of fact, give me an example of it in today's society that you know of.
Well, that's going to be hard for me to do, Mr. Martin.
I mean, so you're telling me, hold it. So you define racism and give me an example. Give me an example of how it is operate. Give me an example of something that you experience or your parents experience or grandparents experience. Give me an example. Define what it is and give me an example.
Okay. When I was a kid, my mom moved us out the hood into a better neighborhood. The first day I was out riding my bike, the police came and
hold it.
Hold it.
What do you mean by better neighborhood? Who was in the neighborhood?
I was in moved me to a suburb back then.
What kind of neighborhood was it? Black, Hispanic, Mexican?
I'm from the inner city. I'm from the project.
I don't know where you're from. Listen. Answer the question.
I'm explaining.
No. Listen. Don't take you. You're going around in circles. You're dancing. I'm asking you what better neighborhood you moved in. What was the nationality of the neighborhood? Was it black, Hispanic? What was it?
It was predominantly white.
Okay. White as being good, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Continue. No. Let him talk, y'all. This is for the young people. I want him to express himself. Go ahead. 317. Go ahead.
Oh, so when I was younger, my mom moved us out the hood and moved us to a neighborhood. The first day I was there, the police got called and they said I was stealing bikes out of people's driveway, my own bike that I was riding. So would that not be considered racism? Because the neighborhood didn't know who I was, seen a black dude, immediately thought he stole the bike.
You're not asking me no question, are you? Or you just give me an example? Because I'm
No, that was my. You asked me to give you an example. That was my example.
Okay. Now you don't think that's happening in today's society where a black man is in a predominantly white neighborhood and somebody walks up to him and say, "Hey, you don't live in this neighborhood because of his skin color." You don't think that's a form of racism or discrimination, or is that a victim?
That still exists, but that exists in all neighborhoods.
No, but is that racism?
Is in a predominantly black
but
neighborhood, the same thing happens to them.
I'm asking you, 317. Is that racism?
Now it's not racism.
What is it then?
I said no. I said so. Now it's not racism when the white boy is in the hood and he get treated the same way. Is that racism?
No. Hold it, 317. Answer the question. So listen. You're trying to tiptoe. I'm not gonna let you get loose. Answer my question. If a black person is in a predominantly white community and another white person approaches him and say, "What are you doing around here? You don't live around here." Would that be considered racism?
You could put that as a form of racism. Now, what if that's happening in all neighborhoods all over the world with all races?
That's not the question. Hold it, brother. Hold it. 317. 317. Stick with the subject.
If you're not going to let me listen,
well, listen. Well, you feel free to hang up. I'm not holding you here. You're welcome to hang up. You can welcome to hang up. But when I speak, hold it. This is my show, bro. You know how I operate. You know how I operate here. Okay, I'm just letting you know. If you feel uncomfortable, speaking, you more than welcome to hang up. We still friends. I'm not gonna block you or anything. I'm just trying to prove a point to you. You trying to ask, when I ask you a question, you try to double back with another question with me. No, it don't work like that. I'm asking you, you answer the question. Then you try to turn around and ask me another question. But you know what? Let me put you on hold. Let me put you on hold. All right, let's go to the next person. Who else said? 1398. Let me hear from you. You under 30. Go ahead. Come on, caller.
You want me to speak on
racism? Describe. Yeah, you know. I mean, you're open to speak about this. I need some answers on how the young people going to fight against white supremacy and racism. What are you guys going to do about it? Go ahead.
Well, what we're going to do about it, I can only speak from, I'm hoping that we do about it in the future. And like I say, we have to, again, we like how that girl was just saying. First off, we need to stop letting our kids go to these public schools where they teaching all of this a bunch of stuff that you're not even gonna even need in the future. They don't teach the stuff that you really need to grow, like financial literacy, all of these different things. They don't teach these in the school. So if the community can come together and maybe, you can get about 2-3 teachers out of that can teach the black, the young black kids. Then that's how I think you can kind of, turn it the other way. But besides that, if we still relying on white people for this and white people for that, then it's probably not going to change.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's not going to change. I don't know what dude was talking about. He talking ain't no such thing as racism to him. Maybe he don't understand systematic racism. I think it goes so deep as far as even in the entertainment industry, because at the end of the day, the one thing I always was told from my father is that black men is the most powerful men on earth. And one of the powers that we have is influence. And we can influence people in good ways and we can influence people in bad ways. But the entertainment industry, it uses our influence in such a bad way, even negatively through like rap. You know, rap and all of these movies. Think about all of the black classic movies that all of them was toxic. They all had some toxic stuff in it. My father told me this stuff a long time ago. The industry don't do nothing but paint people. It uses black people as pawns to try to influence the younger generation. And he didn't understand it until he got older. So I always looked at it like, damn, why white people ain't got no artists that like about killing and all of this stuff? Or why they ain't got no sexual red? Why the Asian community ain't got no sexual red? Why do we got all of these negative people influencing our kids? If we can keep the negative influence away from our kids and all that, I'm pretty sure we can change the arc, of the black community going forward. But a lot of black men gonna have to stand up. They saying that the black men, the leaders of the community, got to stand up.
Okay. All right. Let me go to. I got a couple of new callers. All right. I need y'all mute your phone, please. Please mute your phone. 63.99. Oh, I'm gonna have to mute all of y'all. Somebody had to mute their phone.
Hey, Martin.
Hey, not you, because I need you listen. I don't need you on the panel tonight because I need 40 and under and 60 and up. So I got Bill on here, so you don't qualify to be on the panel tonight. I'm sorry,
40
friend.
and under and 60 and up.
You're right,
What?
right. That don't fit you. Listen, I'm excluded out of it too.
40 and under and 60 and up. Okay, so that kicks the 50 plus out. Okay.
That's right. I'm 50. Hey, me too.
All right.
Me too. All right. All right.
Well, I'm going on mute so I can hear.
Okay. All right. 63.99. Come on, caller. 63.99. Who are you?
Yeah, Zoe.
Hey, Zoe. You under 40, right?
Hey.
You under 40?
Yes, I'm 39.
Okay, you right there. All right. So Zoe, you know what's going on tonight, right? I don't have to explain it. You know what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
First, we need our elders. So that's number one, because this is a new journey for us and for myself. We need history. There's some things that in this journey, Mama Doris and Miss Jessica have taught me things that no history class that I've taken in my whole entire life has taught me, especially with me being the youngest down at City Hall, fighting the battle for my family. White supremacy is here, and it has assimilated into all different other nationalities. I've named the Hispanic alderman, progressive alderman down there, the Hispanic KKK. That's who we're fighting. We're fighting Jewish supremacy. We have to go back in history to figure out how can we dismantle it in our generation. And are we going to be able to fix it in my lifetime? Probably not. But I know that we can fix a lot if we get into government. I'm very adamant about us getting into government, because if we don't get into government, then we're going to deal with not only white supremacy, we're going to deal with foreign supremacy, because the foreigners are taking over government, and they're anti-American. This is a country that we built, and we do not act like our ancestors have built this country. We scream about reparations. We scream that we're owed this debt. But how are we ever going to get that debt if we don't control the very the very government, the government that we built, off of our free labor. Mama Doris always speaks about us getting in, becoming aldermen, getting in city council. We have 20 Black city council members down there that absolutely do not represent us at all. And they represent a system that we have to dismantle. And the only way we're going to be able to dismantle that system is getting into government. And I feel like we have a chance to do it in this midterm. And if we don't do it in these midterms, then we're going to continue to be at odds with each other. Why white supremacy still wins. And foreign supremacy wins, because the more foreigners are getting into this government and getting into these jobs in the, like I said, I look at this budget. I've been posting all these, salaries that these Hispanics are getting. These Indians that are now coming, there's a lot of Indians that's over here, these H-1B1 visas. So it's going to go to that if we do not start reaching out to our elders. Yeah, some of our elders, we are selfish, have that one-track mind. However, you don't give up on our elders. You find the ones that are willing to teach us and are willing to listen. Me and Miss Jessica, me and Mama Doris, we bumped heads because, again, I'm 39. Miss one is in their 60s, one is in their 80s. My mother, she's 76. I have a gift and a curse. I was raised by a boomer. But I also know how important the boomers are. I also know how important some of the Gen X are. I understand our history. We need our history. There's certain things, like I said, I didn't know if it wasn't for Miss Jessica, if it wasn't for Mr. Blakemore, if it wasn't for Mama Doris. So I think that if you find your tribe, and I found my tribe, in the mission that we're dealing with now, because this is a mission that God has put me on, and has made sure the path that I've had to meet Mama Doris, meet Mr. Blakemore, meet Miss Jessica. I feel like we can. I feel like me and Miss Jessica dismantled the machine in Chicago. I felt like Mama Doris and me, Mr. Blakemore, we all dismantled the machine. Now that we dismantled the old Democratic machine, it's time to dismantle this baby machine that they're trying to put together with the nepotism of these kids. Stephanie Coleman, Shirley Coleman's daughter. She's in there. I don't have no issue with her, but she's trash as an older person. She's head of the Black Caucus. Black Caucus they just endorsed an Indian for the U.S. Senator. That's the issue right now that we have an issue with, and what she said was, is Juliana Stratton any better? Is Robin Kelly any better? Nah, but we don't endorse nobody. We don't endorse anybody because the fact that we're endorsing the same type of people is giving us no results in our community. That's why we don't have anything. And if you think that I'm going to deal with another 40 years of this, you're out of your mind. So we have to disrupt. We have to disrupt in a way that, I'm learning how to tone down the cursing, because I was wild. I was real wild with the cursing when I first started. But something Miss Jessica said, you're not going to be heard if you're going to continue to curse. Mama Dora saying the same thing. You're not going to be heard if you're going to continue to curse. There's a time and place to curse, but you can't curse while you're down there on that mic, because everybody's watching, and everybody is watching Chicago. And everybody's watching Chicago because if it wasn't for Miss Jessica, if it wasn't for Mama Doris, if it wasn't for Mr. Blakemore pushing me to get on that mic and expose what's going on for my generation, for the younger generation.
Hey, I have a question.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I just wanted to I can't say this is for anybody 40 and under, maybe 60 and over.
No, well,
My father is 60.
we're not talking to the older people right now. They're just silent. So you can just talk to the 40 and under.
Well,
So okay, go ahead.
well, my father told me today's black community is a reflection of the black men and the black woman being at ours for so long. And he told me his specific generation was the generation that dropped the ball. That's from his words. And he said it as far as like they let the party go on too long. And I really never understood what he meant by that. So maybe y'all can help me understand, like, probably where did y'all drop the ball at? And maybe that might help us understand where we can fix things, because, you know, we still trying to figure everything out, you know?
Okay.
Well, you dropped the ball at with letting the church be the pastor be the new daddy when they come to the churches. The division of the letting, like, for instance, you may not be familiar with Maxine Waters, but like Maxine Waters and the Jesse Jacksons and the Al Sharpton, they should have been denounced a long time ago. But we were young. You probably weren't even, I don't know, you probably weren't even born. I think you say 30. But like, that's when, maybe that's what your father means. They should have been boycotting against Al Sharpton. They should have been boycotting against Rainbow Push, Jesse Jackson. Like, they were all the black people that the older people that are in these seats that need to be gone, like Maxine Waters. They were only in there for themselves. Everybody was they were only interested in themselves and what they can get out of it, instead of being a public servant. Government, when we were allowed to get in government, they dropped the ball. Because and the reason why I say they dropped the ball is because they got into government and then got everything that they wanted for themselves instead of looking out after the communities. From the crack epidemic to the mass incarceration to to dividing the family apart. We don't have a strong family structure the way that we need to have, or the way like every other family had. That's why it was a disrespect with this illegal immigration invasion that came, because you saw how the very same black people, Maxine Waters, Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, now you have the new ones, Jamal Bryant, the Ayanna Presley, the Jasmine Crockett, all are going hard to keep these illegal aliens families together, but was silent when it came to the father of leaving our homes. So you have a lot of women that are angry and bitter and feel like, the strong black woman and all that stuff. It's just messed up. We have a lot of trauma in our communities, a lot of mental health issues in our community that we don't want to talk about. And so I think once we discuss that and talk about that and learn how to change and move forward. So if you have a child, or when I have a child, or like Lynetta with her children, we're teaching that, that they know that the family dynamic is important. It's a lot that we can talk about on this, on here. But one of the things is, we're going to continue to let white supremacy win if we do not put ourselves in positions, like I say, in government right now, if we don't get ourselves in these positions, like and to run for office, if we do not start getting into being a school board member or things like that, we're toast. And,
Yeah, but what do those things have to do with like our community? Like, I understand that putting people in certain positions. I understand that, but do you think that is why our community is the way it is now? That's why we not together. Wait.
Yeah, because the policy makers, the people that's over the money are not doing what they're supposed to do for our community. I'm sorry. I interjected.
Listen. It's easy to blame the government because people are having kids out of nowhere. Like, they don't have nothing to do with that. Like, that's
it's not blaming the government. It's blaming the people that we're voting. Voting is very important. So we have 20 black. Are you from Chicago? You live in Chicago?
Yes.
Are you familiar do you know we have 20 black aldermen that vote down at 121 North and South, and 20 of and about 19 out of 20 besides Alderman Bill voted for all this sanctuary city money to go to these illegals? You don't think that that's a problem and they dumped them all in our community? You don't see that as an issue?
I'm gonna say that, okay, that could be an issue, but what I'm saying is the root of the issue. It's a plenty of
school.
But
are you familiar with TIF money?
I've named the root of it. I'm saying today's black community is a reflection of the black men and black women not getting along. You're talking about putting people in certain positions. They are not going to help us. They putting people in certain positions probably not going to help us bring the family back together. Like, them people in them positions, they don't care about that. Like, I'm talking.
We have to put ourselves in them positions.
We have to put ourselves in those positions. Like,
outside the machine, not people that's been perusing and shaking elbows with the ones that's already there. Because the ones that's already there, they all inside of a whole machine of people that's doing pay for play for everything that they do. They're not legitimate people. They can start off with the intention to be legitimate, but all they have to do is take $1. Take $1 from the same Democratic machine or whatever political machine, and that's when we get messed up again. Because if they take that money, their dues and their loyalty is to the people that pay for their campaign, not for the people that they campaign on behalf of.
Martin, can you help me understand why am I talking about the black family dynamic to bring the community together, and why are they talking about putting people in positions? And like, can you help me?
Because there's a department called Family Supportive Services, for instance, and it's a lady that's about to get a $15,000 raise, and that money could go to the community to help the father and the mother be together, so they can learn how to co-parent for the child. That's why. You know what I'm saying? We have nothing. We have the family dynamic is messed up because mentally we don't have any money in our communities because they're all under-resourced and under-deserved, because we have people like the churches, like they take the rec centers, they're taking everything out of our communities, and it comes from the people, the very people who our tax dollars, including yours, that's going to every other person's lifestyle but ours. Our community is the only community that does not have anything. Our community is the only community that does not have the family division as like everybody else has.
Okay.
Because it comes from the people that are in these positions that do not care for us.
Zoe, let me say something.
And they are our own people.
Go ahead. 3117. Do you want to answer the young man's question? I'm trying to not say anything. I'm here, but I'm not here. But I could answer it. Could you ask the question again?
What's the question?
He asked the question. Go ahead, my brother.
Well, Martin, I was asking you why was I'm talking about the family dynamic as far as bringing the community together, the family, the black men and black women, bringing them together, and they were talking about putting people in positions, and like that's going to change the dynamics. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was saying.
So I can answer that.
Go ahead.
So our family dynamic, our black family dynamic was destroyed during the civil rights era, to be honest. What they did was what they're doing now, how they're screaming, hey, when we talk about what the people in power, what they say, hey, they're splitting up immigrant families. They split up black families using the welfare system because black women could not have their husbands in their house, their boyfriends, their child's father in their house, and still get the welfare assistance that they, not just black, everybody, anybody that had welfare could not have a man in the house. The only thing is, some people, they knew how to fluff or mess over the system. The black family actually got infiltrated with that system because it made more sense to have more children and not have a man in the house because you were going to have a home for your children, than to have a man in the house that end up homeless or out on the street. What we have to do is, when it comes to this welfare system and this black family dynamic, we have to actually promote families in the black community, and that does come from our political, our black people in political power. If we actually promote, hey, yeah, even if we keep the welfare system, yes, have it a family dynamic, because still to this day, they still have it broken down where you cannot have a man in the house and still collect welfare or get Section 8 or low income housing. But if you go into how they have it for the illegal immigrants, on the other hand, the full family is able to get sustainable housing, businesses brought up, and build their generational wealth. Our community leaders are not promoting generational wealth or family dynamics, or even fighting for the family dynamic of the black family. They're actually fighting against it by making sure that the welfare system stay as it is. Black women are not supposed to have a man in the house while they're under.
Well,
okay.
I think it's something you skipped over. That I'm trying to make sure this is what you're saying. Basically, what you're saying is the government told black women to choose, and they chose, right?
Yes, because they had no other choice. Because a lot of black men were gone in the Vietnam War that they never asked to fight in. They were at home. Women were at home with just kids. They had to work or not work and have a family to take care of. It was the system was designed to make sure that the structure of the strongest family unit in the 60s was the black family. People modeled their family units right now. It's modeled out of the black family structure. And all these families that you see, oh, this is the perfect family, that came from our dynamics. We were the church going, bringing all your family, having big family barbecues and reunions and stuff. That dynamic came from the black community. And they got in and took it out by making sure that a black woman could not have a man in the house. And then a black woman got so independent where, hey, I probably don't need a man. And then it went down the generation because you model what you see. A lot of black women grew up without a dad. So they knew it was okay for them to keep on going without a man in their house with their own children because they grew up like that. But that cycle kept revolving and
sister, you're cooking.
On.
You're cooking. I want to address some messages. Say I'm not going to tolerate no disrespect. Last Outlaw 227. All these gay jokes and soft voices and all that, you can miss that on this page. So we don't do that here. All of us are black on here. I don't know who you are, whatever you are. We black before we anything. So I want to get that straight. I'm not going to allow you to disrupt this live podcast on your personal feelings of who gay or who straight. That ain't got nothing to do with it. Let's deal with the message that we are trying to get out. Now, if you got a problem with somebody's sexuality, that's on you. But I'm trying to get some message and I'm trying to learn. So that's what we're here for. So we're not here for no gay jokes or no insults. We don't do that on here. All right? So I'm going to ask you this last time. Any more Gates thing, I'm going to have to boot you up out of here. All right, Cole, go ahead, my sister. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, yeah, what I was saying is that, so the system has created this cycle where a black woman come up without a man and the daughter sees it, and it's just a repeating cycle because You see and you do what you saw as a child. That's like you have women that get abused. More than likely, their mother was in abusive relationships in their lifetime, because they saw it and they thought it was okay, because their mother kept going back to that same abusive guy. So it is about putting the right people in the spots, in a political spot, because if you have people that are promoting family dynamics, promoting generational wealth in the Black community, and making it that's a mandate thing, that we do have a budget for Black lives.
Okay. Now
you can change a generation.
I want to interrupt a little bit. Now, knowing all this, what we talked about tonight, how are we going to fight, resist, dismantle white supremacy / racism? I'm talking to the younger people. The younger people. I need to know.
People don't think that the government is going to, like, even when he talked earlier about the schools, like I was trying to say earlier, TIF money. Right now, they're trying to pass a budget for $1 billion to go into CPS. You just said that they're not teaching our kids nothing, but that's our money. That TIF money is supposed to go to our communities, blighted areas, which is predominantly our areas. That's our money to build our community up. We have nothing in our community, and that is because of, honestly, white supremacy. White supremacy in the help of these no good Black leaders that will go into the community and tell y'all one thing, and then go downtown and vote because the white man told them to vote that way. We are not politically aware, and regardless of the fan people, I'm even looking at some of the comments. People are talking about, like, and the government is not going to save the family and stuff like that. Nobody's not saying that. But what I'm saying is that everything that we're dealing with, from them taking our property to the property taxes to all of those things, if we do not start holding our elected officials and our government accountable for all of the things that they're doing to hurt us in our community, then no man will ever be able to lead their household, because we're getting railroaded by white supremacy with these Black faces, like George Blakemore always say, these Black faces that are in these high places that don't do anything for us. So we have to take control. And if we don't just, unless somebody's willing to blow up City Hall, blow up the Daily Plaza, which ain't nobody about their life, then that's the only thing. That's the only thing that we have left in our vote, and we continue to vote the same way with these same policies. They don't teach us in school about civics. They took all the trades out. They don't talk about us being lobbyists. You can be a lobbyist. You and a whole bunch of your friends can go. You can get 4 of your friends, four of your guys, and sign up to be lobbyists and start going down to DC, going down to Springfield, and demanding the services that you feel is needed in our community to make you a better father, a better husband, a better man. And if you're not going to do it, then we need to stand together and hold our vote. We need a boycott. We need to do something. We need to do exactly what the Montgomery, when they boycotted the Montgomery buses. You know what I'm saying? People, you got Jamal Bryant and them, they always talking about boycott Target, boycott Home Depot because they don't like illegals. Like, what? Boycott the system. Stop paying stuff. Stop doing nothing. Ignore until you guys hear what we need in our community. But nobody is not about that life. So we sit here and we complain. We sit here and play the victim instead of
you talking about what you're doing right now?
Oh, I'm doing it. I'm down there. I'm down
because you got to think about it. You name a few different things, but the root of the problem, like we can understand putting people in certain positions, we can understand certain policies, but is that gonna help the dynamics between black men and black women? To me, that is the root of the problem.
So what is your solution? Because you keep saying everything that anybody's throwing out to you. You saying, well, is that gonna help the black man?
That's because you just made a bunch of policies and.
I'm asking you okay. So what's the solution, sir? What do you think for the black woman and the black man for all that in our community? What is the solution? What do you think?
Well, I named a few different things, but none of the things I named was ever pointing. I can understand white supremacy and all that racism. It's alive and well. I understand that. Even back in the day, white supremacy was going on.
What can you do to dismantle it?
Hey, hold on. It's not about we're focusing on dismantling white supremacy when we really should just be focused on ourselves and getting our stuff together. Somebody said in the comments, it all started at home. I believe that 100%. We worry about them. They not worry about us. So we should be worried about ourselves. This conversation shouldn't even be about that. That probably should come later on into the conversation. But the dynamics between black men and black women is the reason why our communities is the way it is.
Okay, so moving forward, if we take care of home, okay, so we started with the home. So how does that look for you? Like, how does that look?
Well, to me, first off, that looks like a black man and a black woman in the same house, and teaching their kids the certain things that they need to learn. When I first said that the community needs to come together, and I'm pretty sure out of how many black people in the community, you can find a few teachers that can teach them this, that can teach them that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be sitting right here and keep blaming them. Oh, they got to do this. They got to put this policy in place, and they got to do. How is that going to change the dynamics between us? How is that going to change? Your kids being on the red line, taking everybody's stuff, beating everybody up. I'm seeing pictures every other day being uploaded, talking about they looking for people's kids and all of this stuff. Like, to me, first and foremost, it needs to start at home with a black man and a black woman before we get to point fingers.
Some of these kids is gone because of the video game. Some of these kids really think they out here playing Grand Theft Auto.
And then that was coming back to my other point when I was saying influence. Y'all letting the world influence your kids and wondering why they out here doing all of this crazy stuff. It was so funny because I can remember when I was 6 years old and me and my brother was playing Grand Theft Auto, and my pops looked at how we were so into that game, and he knew it was something wasn't right. He knew it was something wasn't right because my brother used to love going to get guns and going to the mall and shooting people, and he just had too much fun with it. And my pops seen something in my brother, like, that's probably a problem right there. And sure enough, my brother grew up exactly how my pops would have projected. So to me, when you letting the world influence the kids and you already ain't got no father in the household, oh man, you damn near you.
My brother, real a quick question for you. Can you get the connection between family and government? Do you see the connection? There's a connection because policies. Now listen to what Zoe was saying. She was saying on a political side, these are people that we vote for and put in office. They can make our lives a living hell. They can pass policies that can make us actually literally go back in slavery, in a sense, if I may use that term. So it is very important that we do get involved and focus on the family, the black man and the black woman at the same time. That
which one do you think is more important?
Both are important because it was a policy that made the woman put the man out back in the 60s.
317, James.
No,
Yep.
it didn't.
Yep.
No, it didn't.
Sir,
No, it didn't.
listen, they gave a black woman an option. Hold on. You
Exactly.
cannot receive, hold on. That's a policy. They made that. That was a rule. If you have a boyfriend, a man living there, you cannot receive benefits. Now, you tell me that didn't come from politicians? You didn't tell me that didn't come on from high? Or they just made up, that just came out of the sky? So that's what I'm saying, brother. That's what I'm saying. So things like that they put in place that you've been talking about tonight, you know, the woman, even the young lady, she even admitted, said, yeah, the woman didn't have no other choice. She took the money and put the man out. So that was in play. That was a policy. That was the law of the land at that time in the 60s, 50s and 60s. I remember my dad had to leave the house when the caseworker came over. This is real, but I don't want to inject myself into the conversation, but let me see who this caller is real quick. 0932. Who are you calling?
Good evening, Martin. Joe.
Oh,
How
Joe.
are you tonight?
Okay,
evening,
good.
Everyone.
Good. Joe, I got to put you on hold. I know how old you are, so I just got to put you on. I'm going to let you.
No problem.
Okay. All right. Mute. Okay. All right. Now, so we have to fight, my brother, we have to fight on the political side and on the family side. We can do both. We can do both. Now, I'm with you with the family, and I'm with Zoe with the political part, because these people, they make decisions for us. They tell us what can be taught in schools. They make up the police laws. They make up a lot of laws that will affect our lives, brother. We're under their rule. And if we can get some people in these key positions, not just having a black face, but that's going to willing to lay down their life for their people to win. And that's a lot of people misjudge me as a young man riding around here videoing crime. I'm more than a crime chaser. Now, I love crime chasing. I don't do it that much. But I'm an intelligent brother. I'm here for the community, not just for crime. I'm bringing solutions.
And you know what?
Go ahead, sir.
You know what? That's what I think the disconnect is with y'all time and y'all generation.
No. It ain't. No. Hold on. I'm talking about Zoe. She in your generation. She's not old.
I know.
Okay.
Let me say this, because as far as I'm concerned, and people in my time, we don't believe it don't matter who you put in them damn offices. They gon' run this country how they want to run it. Now she can believe what she wants to. I'm not saying that she's wrong. I'm not saying that the older generation wrong. But as far as I'm concerned, the people I know, we understand that it don't matter who you put in them damn seats. They all gonna put a smile on for you and say the right things and go up in there and do something else. So I think that's why I say it comes down to the dynamics between us. You know, maybe I could be wrong though. I could be wrong.
Oh, Zoe, answer that question. Or three. I think that young lady, she can answer it as well.
I just feel like some people just, you know, if that's the mindset that you're gonna, you know, have, then yeah, you know, there's, you know, we are the hardest. You know, I feel like a lot of this stuff is not hard. You know, I felt like progress has been made in these last 3 years than my whole generation has done. And I was born in '86. I think that we got too comfortable. You know, I didn't know that we were this down bad if I wasn't fighting for my mom, and my mom wasn't older and couldn't just do it anymore by herself, you know. So I just feel like if that's the mindset we have, I mean, you know, you got people that smoke weed all day, drink all day, you know, don't want to work. You know, I have a younger sister. Earlier today, she told me she want to retire, and she's 33 years old and don't do nothing. You know, the only reason why she works is because she has to pay bills and to get weed. So she ain't the only one like that. Like it's billions of these people like this out here. So I just feel like right now with the white supremacy, foreign supremacy, gay supremacy, Jewish supremacy on top of us not, feeling like at the end of the day, it is what it is. These people are going to do what they're going to do regardless, and we're going to continue to allow it. Then yes, these are the results that we're going to get. Like George Blakemore said it best. This, we got the government we have is the government we deserve because we do not get into it. We don't care. We don't care about the school system. We don't care about the school board. We don't care about any of these things. People don't probably know the First Amendment, the 13th Amendment, the 14th, the 15th Amendment. People don't care, Martin. And I mean, honestly, this generation just does not care.
Mm-hmm.
This is a great panel. I think you should do this every week if you could. I'm ready to hear from the older generation because I get it. I mean, I understand that some of the generation has failed. I used to say Gen X failed us the most, but then when I think about it, I just think that everybody has their bums in their generation. You've got boomer bums, you've got Gen X bums, you've got millennial bums, you have Gen Z bums, and we're going to make little Gen Alpha bums if we don't step out and do something. The man, I do understand. I definitely understand what he says because I'm very family oriented, and I see the family dynamic is gone. But I've also seen we have a lot of just hate. We have built up hate. We have built up animosity. We love to talk about each other. We can't come to an agreement when it comes to anything. So like I said, like mental health, like we need so much mental health work in our community. That
how can you blame it on white supremacy if that's the case? I don't understand.
Brother, you don't. Brother,
how do we say it's white supremacy if you just said all of that? How is it white supremacy?
White supremacy
we
is
are
still
the
here.
problem.
If you don't, I don't like I said, you like date white people, so maybe that's why you don't feel like it's white supremacy. But white supremacy is here, fam. White supremacy is here. White supremacy is here. Like if you don't think that white supremacy is here, then that's you're part of the problem. You're part of the problem. Like I said,
I respect that. But insults don't get the point across.
We got bums in all of our generations, and you may be one of them bums. Because if you
I'm going to still ask my question. So if white
supremacy is not, if white supremacy is here, it's here. Jewish supremacy is here.
Okay.
So let's talk about it, right?
Okay. 317.
Instead of the insults, maybe you can really express to me how you feel without insulting me, right?
317.
And maybe you can understand where I'm coming from.
317. Hold it for a minute.
Hold it.
Better. Let me go to this next call. Just to stay still. I'm not going to mute you. Just hold on. 0708. Hey, my caller. Who are you? 0708.
Well, yo, what's going on, Martin?
What's going on? How old are you, my bro?
25.
Oh man, I want to hear from you. I want to hear. So just stay. Matter of fact, you know what we're talking about tonight, do you?
Oh yeah, I've been listening.
Okay, well, give me. I'm coming back to you, 317. But let's see what 0708 has to say about this. Go ahead, young man. Go ahead.
I'm riding with 317 on this one.
Okay, well, come on with it.
It all starts with us. You keep talking about the government. They got nothing to do with the household. It's all about the household. You keep blaming this and that, the government. We got blacks in. Brandon Johnson bragged about his whole panel being black, and look where we at.
Now he agreed with me.
Yeah, I'm with 317 on this one.
I ain't 317, but you sound like
it's with you though. Yeah, it's with you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think what we might have to do is just let the older generation die off, the ones that don't get it. That's touching that white supremacy, man. That's just the truth. Might have to just let them. They might have to die off for them to get it. For us to move ahead.
Okay. I have a question for you, 0708. Tell me, how are you guys going to make it better from the older generation that you want them to die off? What are you going to do to outshine them? Or what are you going? What are you guys, your generation? What are you guys going to do? The 40 and under. What are you guys going to do that the older people didn't do or can't do? Yeah. No, he didn't. Hold on. Let him. I asked him the question. Not. I'm one mic. Come on, my brother. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna tell you the number one thing we're gonna do is we ain't gonna be talking about white supremacy.
Thank you.
We can't do it. That ain't the answer.
Okay. Can I ask?
The number one thing.
Okay. Another question, real quick. Can you explain white supremacy, racism, white supremacy to me? Can you explain that to me?
I can't. Can you say that question again? I didn't hear it.
The question I asked, 0708, could he explain racism, white supremacy to me? Can he define that to me and give me an example of it as well?
I cannot define it, and I cannot give an example. I never seen one.
Okay, now
I see.
Okay, go ahead.
More examples of black supremacy in Chicago.
Okay, now
black supremacy.
Now hold it. 07.
Black privilege.
Since you say you see black supremacy, could you explain that to me and give me an example?
They arrest criminals, let them out on cash bonds. They constantly let them out. They come out, kill somebody else again while they out on bond. That's an example of black supremacy.
So you saying that black people that go out and commit crime, and they go out, they don't come out on a cash bond, they get let out, they do it again. That's black supremacy. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And can I give a definition of it as well?
No.
Can I give my definition?
Okay, go ahead, sir. Go ahead, 317. Go ahead.
So my definition of it is me to have an all-black college or a predominantly black college and be able to express this is a black college. Because if a white person had the same thing, they would be considered racist and it would be protested all over. That, my friend, is black privilege.
Okay. All right. Now, is it, man, maybe it's me. Both of you guys that just spoke, you can explain black supremacy, quote, but you can't explain white supremacy. I don't understand that. I'm trying to get that.
It's not that I can't explain white supremacy. What I'm saying is those days did happen, right? But in the times that we live in now, white people are not the problem. Back then, black people couldn't vote. We couldn't go in the same places as white. We didn't have the same opportunities. Now we have all the opportunities and we're in a worse situation. So how can we say it's the white man's fault? No, it's the community's fault. I just saw a 3-year-old rapping the Cardi B twerking and can't even say her ABCs. What are we talking about?
Okay. Whew, Lord have mercy. It's not my show, but let me go to this young lady. I'm not here. 3117. Help me out, please. Help me out. Help the brothers. Help them. 31
I don't know how much help she's going to be. I mean, the fact is,
sir,
we can say emotions and how we feel and how this is. And,
speak.
And
317. 317. 317. I'm
actually.
I need you. I'm speaking to. I'll call the person out who's talking. You should not be saying anything right now. Okay. Thank you. All right. Come on. 3117. I think that's what it is. Yeah, 3117. Go ahead.
Okay, what's the question?
Did you hear what these young men said? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to put into words for them because they're under the. I get what they're trying to say is, they're under that victim mentality thing. But they don't understand the fact that they think that it's not white supremacy and that it's only black supremacy is proof. I don't know how to explain it, but it's proof that there's white supremacy because the fact that you think that only the black elite is the only thing holding us down. Like the one guy, he said, "Oh, we got Brandon Johnson there. He's not doing it." It's exactly what we're saying. Brandon Johnson is on the same machine of. The people at the top of this black Democratic machine are supremacists, white supremacists. The Democratic Party, the Democratic Party was started by the Ku Klux Klan. right? So the people that's pulling the strings and calling up and making those puppets, all these black Democrats still are answering to some white man at the top somewhere.
Then that proves our point. That proves our point.
It's not proving your point. It's not proving your point. What it's proving that there is still white supremacy embedded in every level of our life.
It's our heads that prevent us from being great because we think the white man is really putting us down, and in reality, it's who we voting for. We've been Democrats for the last. We've been voting for a whole political race that don't even really care about you. That is the problem. You want to figure out?
I agree with him. We said that. We said that.
Yeah, you got.
We literally said that. We're voting for the same people.
Martin. Now they wanna agree. But when we first said,
you gotta agree. I literally said
one bite.
In my
listen. When we first started off, we were talking. Y'all were talking about putting people in position that look like us.
Sir, were you not here when I was speaking?
Listen.
Were you not here when I first spoke? When I first spoke, the first thing I said was that we keep voting the same black Democrats into the same positions. These people are controlled by the dollar of a white man. Because you have organizations that are paying for black people to go and protest, black people to go and fight for immigration rights. But there are Jewish organizations that have the power and the control of our black elected officials. I literally said the first thing I said is we have to stop voting for the same people.
Martin.
She did say that.
We first started
no. She said that. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, my brother.
Yes, what I'm saying is that when I first started off, I said the dynamic between black men and black women are more important than who you put in those positions, and they kept arguing for positions and policies.
Okay, sir.
Black Democrats.
Sir.
And he said that we keep bringing black Democrats in. Yes, we all. I have a whole group called Chicago First Red. I'm a whole conservative, a whole Republican out here. I'm saying that in government, in my generation, what I believe that will fix a lot of this white supremacy that you guys do not think that's there. That white supremacy is not there, even though NAACP is a white organization. CTU, white organization, the black puppets, all these white people, these Jewish white people, that we have to put ourselves in these positions to break this democratic stronghold that is messing up our community.
All right, let me ask you a question then. If this is really how you feel, right? So what is the biggest problem in the community is the family. We already talked about that. The father being out of the home, and we already talked about reasons for that being, right? And those were systematic from years ago, I understand. We're talking about 2025, right? I'm really trying to figure out what policies are there that prevent me from...
No.
Oh, wait.
What are you talking about?
I just said,
again?
So give me one.
Policy from you being great? I know right now that the city of Chicago, when it comes to our properties, I don't know, maybe are you a homeowner?
Okay, so I'm asking.
Are you a homeowner?
Being a homeowner doesn't make you great. Being a homeowner doesn't make you great. That is not my question. My question is, what policies? Being a homeowner does not make you great.
Are you a homeowner?
That doesn't. What
if you're a homeowner, you don't understand what you're trying to say.
Oh my God.
Why it doesn't make you great.
Are you a homeowner?
317.
What policies are there that are preventing me from being great?
Okay, hold it through. Zoe.
Mr. Martin can answer for me. Mr. Martin,
hold it.
Zoe, just explain what you mean about a homeowner and black people.
I don't care about a homeowner. I want to know what
sir.
Preventing me from being great.
3117.
You're an idiot. You're just a whole idiot, Martin.
Okay.
He's an idiot.
Now we insult, and that makes you smarter.
Okay.
So you want to insult me. Now you're smarter.
Because you don't even get. You're not a home.
Okay.
So you don't
So,
understand
Mr. Martin,
Okay.
I'm going to ask anybody that's on this phone call to tell me what policies is out in America that prevents black people from doing great things. I
Okay.
just want to,
Okay.
being a homeowner doesn't make you great. I'm saying, well, I can be a lawyer, a doctor. I can create wealth for myself, entrepreneurship. I want to know what policies in this country prevent me from being great.
Right now, speaking as an educator,
Go ahead.
let me speak as an educator. The policy as an educator right
Yeah,
now.
it doesn't show intelligence at all.
CPS is strategic planning for this year. They're not going to do any remediation. This is a policy. There's no remediation being done for students anymore. That means all these students, like I said before, I have 98% IEP students in my school. So that's high school. So you have all these students that need remediation that will not get it because it's placed in the policy for Chicago Public Schools right now that they will not go back and help any student that's not at the grade level that they need to be in. So they're going to just get pushed along without any remediation. That's a policy that prevents Black people from performing at a proper level because our Black students are underperforming because no one gave them the time. You can say all you want. Oh, it starts at home. Parents, if a parent was a teacher, they would have went to school to be a teacher. I'm talking. If a parent was a teacher, they would have went to school to be a teacher. All people don't have the patience to be a teacher. People that went to school to be a teacher went to school to be a teacher, but they have to adhere to the policies and the core curriculum that was formed by the state of Illinois and CPS. Right now, CPS is their main goal is to they like to tout this Black Student Success Program. A Black Student Success Program does not work if you're stopping remediation from happening. Like I said, I have ninth graders right now reading at second grade and kindergarten level. How the hell did they get to ninth grade and are only at second grade and kindergarten level? Because the policies in CPS allow for it. The policies
so let me
it.
get this right. So I asked you, in the most racist country in the world, I asked you what policies prevent Black people from being great, and you named a policy in a school that people go up and they don't deserve it. All right. So any other ones? Is there any other policies? Is that it?
Generations. That prevents generations of people from going further. If we have everybody cannot teach at home. Every parent is not a teacher. Every parent is not a teacher. Some parents can't how to read them themselves.
So your answer to me is some policy in the school. Do we have any more? Tell me what prevents Black people from being great. Come on, name some policies for me. Let's do another one.
Let's go back to this.
Three. Okay, hold it.
Yes, I travel a lot.
Okay, hold it, everybody. Everybody, hold it. Hold it up. Hold up, everybody. I need everybody to hold it. Hold it real quick. 317. You have a great question. You have a great question. But what I need you to do, I don't need you to upset the panel, man. You know, you speak out of turn. You just because you come back.
Not upsetting me at all because he's ignorant to the policy.
Right. So I'm just saying that's a great question that he asked. Are there any policies that can keep you from being great here in America? Come on, let's talk about that. Let's stay right there with that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Martin.
Do you desire to have a small business, 317?
I have a small business, yes.
And okay, well, you know, when I say when they come, they're dealing with they have redlining. They're when it comes to getting business loans, mortgage loan. Well, you don't care. You don't want to care about getting a home, right? You don't care about being a homeowner. Well, there's other people that aspire to have homes, right? So
I didn't say that. What I said is having a home doesn't make you great. An asshole can have a home. A home doesn't make you.
We're talking about policies, though.
Right?
Policies. You were just talking about
but that's not preventing you from being great. That's not preventing you from being great.
You're not listening. You just say
317.
I think I'm listening to you.
317.
We're dealing with redlining. Do you understand what redlining? You know that we're still dealing with redlining in 2025.
Hey Zoe.
You understand that
Zoe, real quick, you could explain to him that the pathway to having wealth in this country is home ownership. Please explain that to him. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Zoe.
Yeah, so we're dealing with redlining still in our communities in 2025, and it's coming to the point that they're taking our generational wealth, our property stuff. If your grandparent had a home, your mom had a home, to pass that down with no mortgage, with no debt, all the equity. They're starting to take that out of our communities. Only our communities. That's why our communities look the worst than the communities that may be on the north side. Maybe or another country can come over here and set up shop like the Devon Street with the Indians. You have Chinatown. You have Little Village. We're literally losing our homes through redlining and modern day redlining, through our generational wealth, through foreclosure crisis that we're not getting any help. None of the banks even get. I mean, it's criminal at this point, but no one's going to jail. Who owns the banks? All of that stuff. That's another form of white supremacy. Now, you may not care or may not desire to have a home or don't want to pass down a home to your kids or stuff, but there's other people like myself or like my family, what they tried to do, but the city knocked it down. You know what I'm saying? And so now that's what I'm fighting for. You're dealing with TIF money, tax increment financing money that's in our communities and in certain areas like South Shore, Auburn, Grisham, Hyde Park, Bronzeville, all of these areas where gentrification is coming in, and
there's no white people in these areas. It's all black people, right? What you're saying is all these policies that you're saying is strictly for black people and not for everybody, right? They're strictly for African American people.
The TIF money and stuff is supposed for us to do our communities. The white people are coming in and taking our properties and taking our land.
Okay, so my point is then that would mean there are no policies that prevent black people from being great. What I said, because if that's the case, that prevents all people from being great. Now I'm talking about something specifically like back in the day, black people couldn't vote. Black people couldn't go in the same room as a white person. They couldn't have the same job. Hold on, I let you talk for like 35 minutes, and I didn't say anything. I think it's only fair.
Y'all turn everybody off. Hold it. Let 317 talk. Please let them talk, because people leaving the chat because we talking too much. Okay, go ahead, 317. Say what you had to say.
So I completely understand where you come from. That is not preventing black people from being great. That is preventing people from being great. I said laws that are specifically for black people, those don't exist, right? So that means we have choices. But we didn't have a choice in 1960 when we couldn't go into the same bar, we couldn't vote, or we couldn't go to the same water fountain, or we made way less money than them. That's what I mean. So we in 2025. The white dude next to me, I can slap him. I'm not going to go to jail.
Okay, 317. 317. Hold it, y'all. Hold it. 317. 317. 317. Hold it. I'm just holding. I'm gonna let you talk, brother. This is y'all show, the young people and the older people. Let me just help you out a little bit.
I want them to answer these questions, Mr. Martin. I know. I really, because I feel like we victims, Mr. Martin. It's a victim mindset.
Okay, can I answer one of them? Can I just throw one policy out there? Just one for me, or just I can hold? I can hold now if you want me to.
You got that Google in front of you.
No, brother, I ain't got no Google in front of me, brother. Listen, I'm telling you, because I live through this area. Let me, no. The policy, it's not going to say black policy, but it's called a policy they put out, the war on drugs. Who did that affect?
Oh, yeah.
If it affected the black community. Okay, well, how you know that, Martin? 100%. Because black people were smoking crack rock cocaine, and white people were snorting powder cocaine. Cocaine is cocaine. Guess what? We as black people were getting more time for the white people we had the same amount of crack. We could have a crack, we could have a 3.5, a hard rock, and they have a 3.5 and soft. And guess what? Who get the most time? The black community. The black community. So that's the war on drugs, brother. That wasn't too long ago, and they had to straighten it up.
And you're 100%
okay. Correct. That's all I'm saying. It's not my argument. Go ahead.
And that actually proved that actually proves the point that I'm really trying to make, because the war on drugs, like they brought the drugs in community, right?
Right.
And we sold it.
Yes,
right?
we did.
So what happens if we don't? I didn't sell dope,
Right.
and I'm from the project.
Right.
I didn't sell dope.
No,
So
but
the choice, you sold the dope, and now you're mad because they locking you up at a higher rate than they are somebody else. When you know they put it in
317. The 317. You didn't listen. 317. Listen to this. You asked for a policy. I gave you a policy. Now you're going into, well, you didn't have to sell drugs. That's not what you asked at first. I'm answering your question. So
I want a policy too. If we talking about policy,
go ahead. Go ahead, my sister.
Policy wasn't.
I got two of them.
Hold
Hold
it. 317. 317. Hold it. Hold it. Go ahead, my sister. Go ahead, sister.
We had two policies that affect Black people today.
Come on now.
The 94 crime bill.
Mm-hmm.
You can have 3 strikes of anything. They couldn't even been the same crime. You could have stole from a convenience store, stole some weed, a dime bag of weed, and then you could have hit somebody with assault. You're getting life in prison because of the 94 crime bill. And then we bring it up to today's policies in Illinois, the state of Illinois in particular. Every other state in the union, if something happens to a homeowner, they have money and resources to make sure that you keep your house. In the state of Illinois, instead of leaving that money in our communities, they took our home, refinanced it in hardship money, and gave it to the illegal immigrant crisis that is happening in Illinois right now. There is no money right now in Illinois for Illinois homeowners, especially Black homeowners, because if they don't have it for any homeowner, the Black people definitely not getting it.
Everybody don't want a home. Like, the home doesn't
it's not about home. You ask for a policy. The policy disproportionately affects Black people because Black homeowners is very few in between, right? And having a home is generational wealth because you have your escrow account in there. You have money that you can borrow and make an infinite bank account from your home. And
so are you telling me that all these policies that you said, right? So I can't be great because of those policies?
Well, you can be great because you're just selfish. So you have a selfish mindset. So you can just be great. So you're just talking about yourself.
Man, you sound like you got a pizza in your mouth. I can't even understand what you're saying, girl. Keep the pizza rolls out your mouth. What you say?
317.
Funny,
Stop it. Stop it. 317. Stop it. It's a young people.
You're not funny. But see, you're selfish. So you have a selfish mindset. So you don't want a home. You don't care. So you sell your drugs.
I'm selfish because I don't want a home.
No, you're saying it. Is that all you
all right, so
okay. We're gonna.
At the end of the day, you don't care about
317.
You don't care about the home.
317.
You don't care about the home. You don't care about the home.
Because you upset the panel.
Your mindset is different. You know
okay.
The panel is controlling themselves. I'm not upsetting anybody.
Bro,
they can control their emotions.
Oh, you're a troll. You're a troll. You're really a coon, but we'll just call you 317.
But the insult she's calling me is just fine. Though,
okay.
Right? It's me.
No, listen. Hold it. So what I'm finna do now, Zoe, 317, 3117, all the young people, I'm finna put you guys on mute. And I'm finna let the older people talk, okay? And I promise you, I'm gonna give them like 5 minutes apiece. I need y'all just hold on, and we're gonna end. I want you to hear what the older people have to say. They're gonna comment on some of the things that you guys talked about. So I'm asking my 60 and older, please don't take no more than 5 minutes. You know, you can't tell it all, okay? So I want the younger people to listen to you. Please, young people, I don't want to have to mute you, but if you get out of turn, I will mute you. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the older people that's on this panel right now, and I'm going to start with Mama Doris. No, I'm just playing. Not Mama Doris. Mama Jessica, Sister Jessica. I come to Doris Nick. Mama Doris. Come on, Jessica. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes just to talk, and that'll be it. Okay, Jessica.
Okay, well, I think it was a very, very good show tonight.
Thank you.
I was glad to see that the young people understand that we have to start at government and that you understand that the involvement of government is very important.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the education piece was very good. When he said what policies affect us today, I thought the educator was going to go back to when she talked about how we got so many IEPs in special ed now in the educational system. And I'm glad that they were able to make the correlation between government and family in terms of what the two young men were talking about. See, there is a direct correlation between governmental policy and government as it pertains to home loans, small business loans, college opportunities. All these things are mandated by policy. You, just because you as an individual don't see it in this one area, I'm going to tell you like the old folks will tell you, keep living. You'll see. Systematic racism is alive and well. It's alive and well. And no, it's not with the Jim Crow signs and stuff on the wall. No more than Jim Crow was slavery. But these things evolve. So you all continue the discussion. It's a good thing. It's okay if you disagree. You know, and some people know a little bit more than others. But some people think individually and some people think community. You know, so sometimes that's the disconnect. But to think that government does not mandate and control a big portion of our lives, even though we can make individual decisions, the decisions that we make have to be within governmental limitations because that's what creates laws. So that's just how that is. There is a correlation. So you live and you learn. And you keep on going because we can't stop, because we do need everything that we need in this country. We do need to be better. And that's a fact. So I'm real proud of you guys. You're doing a good job. That education piece and that government piece, that's cooking. That's cooking. And then the brothers, you know, you come on along. You got to make the connection between what it is that you say that you want and the part that government plays in that, because it does. So I'm going to let you go on to the next caller. Okay. And good, Martin. It's a good show.
Thank you. Thanks to you, Jessica. You're Mama Doris now. I ain't going to take all the credit. All right. We're going to go to the next call. Okay. Mama Doris, I'm going to hold you for not right now. Let me get to Bill real quick. I'm trying to go in order right here. Hey, Mr. Bill. Give me 5 minutes of 5 minutes. That's all I need of you, Mr. Bill. Thank you for holding. I appreciate you.
Okay. Start off by saying white supremacy is what this country is established on. It's alive and well. It's taking a different face. And listening to the younger generation, I have to give credit to Zoe and the young lady that was speaking, but the young men, they are misguided. As far as being great, that's a personal endeavor, and we, as a community, we can't just think that people from the hood are the ones that's doing bad. I think we're doing better than the media like to predict, but white supremacy is an old spirit that was going on before America was established, or the government of America. And he had a question, what is going on in 2025 that would hold somebody back? These migrants. That will hold, it might not hold you back right now, but it'll hold your kids back. We've seen this play. It happened in the 20s and 30s when we were here first as Black Americans, Foundation of Black Americans. They put the Jews, the Irish, and everybody else before us. They used us at every turn that benefited them. Even in the housing in Chicago, those people who were able to buy property, migrants, they didn't let us Black people buy them. until after they was ready to flee to the suburbs. It's alive and well, not just from slavery and Jim Crow. We got mass incarceration. We talk about stuff that didn't happen that long ago. The plague and the epidemic of drugs. Yeah, people had a choice to do the drugs or sell the drugs or whatever, but you still fell victim, and it affected us. It's an evil person who will vote and know or allow that to be put in a black neighborhood, knowing that it would separate families, not just the black men. That was in the 60s. In the 80s and 90s, a drug so powerful that it made mothers forget their kids. And they knew that. They saw it and never did nothing behind it. White supremacy is alive and well, and until you identify what it is, you can't just blame the older people as far as being weak and meek. I'm 65. My mom is 81. And my dad and the people in that era that I remember, they wasn't punks. They didn't lay down. They fought. If a white person slapped them, they gonna slap the dog mess out of them. And it's a different time. Y'all got a different view. You got to learn your history. This is the same play, and we vote for the same people. We coming off that plantation. It takes a while to recognize what the problem is. We telling you what the problem is, but you won't even recognize that white supremacy is alive and well. Yes, you can be great. Yes, you can be great. But just because you're great, you can't forget mass incarceration. You can't forget all of the stuff that just recently happened. These people have taken these migrants and immigrants and put them before us without giving what they said they were going to give to our people for reparations. That was part of generational wealth.
Okay,
that's
Bill.
Old.
All right, Bill. You can't tell it all. Okay, Bill. Thank you, Bill. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. All right. I'm going to 3884. Come on, caller. 3884. You got 5 minutes. Come on. Make it happen. 38.
Great show, Martin.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bill said it all, that white supremacy still exists, man. Nothing's changed, you know. I grew up in those 60s, and I saw the same thing that I'm seeing today. It just took a new form, you know. And that young man at 317, he got a lot to learn. He's got a lot to learn. Let him stick around a little while. I've been here 70-some years. Let him stick around. And he's gonna pick up, because they're gonna make him pick up, because he'll see the reality of it all as he continues to live. He'll see the reality of it all. He just can't see it today because, you know, he's been blessed with a few things. You know, we get blessings, but a lot of us let this nonsense go to our heads. Okay, like Zoe said, we need more Zoes out here, man. Trust me, we need more Zoes, because young people need to know the truth, and a lot of young people don't want to know the truth. That's what's killing me, man. They don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to know the truth. They fine with how it is. Like Zoe said, homeowners. Hey, look, I grew up in the projects, and when I came out of them projects, it wasn't not like owning your own home. Okay, we wanted to have our own home bad. Okay, so and we got kicked along the way with those projects. We called them concrete reservations. Okay, and it was part of white supremacy, the Daley regime. You know, old man Mayor Daley. Okay, he made my mother and my father think that we were living high on the hog. Okay, but it was, they separated us. They kept us over those concrete reservations where they could keep an eye on us. They knew where we were at all times. Okay, and they didn't provide anything as far as, opportunities in the black community. Same thing. So nothing's really changed. You young people, they gotta understand. We still fighting that fight. We still fighting that fight that we fought back in the '60s. Trust me, we are. And Bill said it all. That's it.
Okay.
And that's all I can say. And I can tell that young man, just keep living. 317. Just keep living. That's what my grandfather used to tell me. Just keep living, and you'll see what's going on. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you, Bobby. All right, let me go to I think it's Mama Doris here. Hey, Mama Doris. Mama Doris. There you go.
Good evening. Good evening to the young people.
Mm-hmm.
I take this very seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very passionate about this. And I want to say to you young people, I love you dearly. But you have to study. If you all don't understand what racism is, white supremacy, everything these people do in this system will be confusing to you. It is a local and global power system that was structured and maintained even today by those people who classify themselves as white. It is a 500-year-old system. It affects us in all areas of human activity. There are all 9 areas of human activity: economics, education, entertainment, law, labor, politics, religion, sex, and war. And in some ways, you all touched on every one of them, but you don't fully understand them. Let me deal with the one on family. That's sex. The system of white supremacy was designed to separate Black men and Black women, the old from the old and the young at each other. That is the purpose, and that is what the system of white supremacy does. It is designed to do exactly what it is doing. Zoe was trying to get you to understand about home ownership. That falls under economics, labor. If people don't have jobs, how can they take care of their families? How can they? They can't. How? Religion. They have used religion throughout history to control us, to tell us what to do. If you do not understand history, you will never understand racist white supremacy. It's real. It's alive. And for the brother who said, you won't be talking about white supremacy, well, I guarantee you, it will be talking about you. You want to talk about being great? Oh, yeah, you can be great. But you have to understand that you can also be stopped from being great with these policies under the system of white supremacy. It is designed to destroy us, to keep us from being great. It has always been designed to do that. Land. We used to own 15 million acres of land. We own about 2 to 3 million today because the land was taken away from us. Land is generational wealth. Land. That's economics. Wall Street. This is where the white boys are making all of their money. How many brokers, Black brokers, men or women, are on Wall Street? You can count them on one hand. All of these areas, we are impacted by white supremacy due to these policies. And we talk about elected officials. Let me give you an example. Let's take Harold Washington. Let's take Marion Barry. Marion Barry in Washington, D.C., he was the mayor. He made the Black middle class in Washington, D.C. We're not talking about individuals when we talk about white supremacy. It affects us collectively. The young lady spoke about education. She's absolutely right. Anytime a system will come up with a policy to not try to remediate a child if that child is not functioning on level in math and reading. That's a policy. It will keep that child, that young boy and girl, from being educated so that they can move forward in life. We talk about the immigrants. Every immigrant that's in here. I'm here for a better life for my children. Why do you think they're coming to this country? They're coming here because the government of the United States of America has opened these doors to them. They have given them resources. When we were brought to this country, we came here in the bows of ships where we urinated and defecated on ourselves and stayed in that position for 2 to 3 months. When we got off those ships, they didn't give us $9,000 to take care of our household, for rent, for food, for clothing. We got off those ships with those raggedy clothes on our backs. And guess what they did? They snatched that black woman's baby out of her arms. Left that black man and that black woman without their child. They sold families. This is white supremacy. This is what it has done to us for 500 years, and the same thing is happening today. We talked about the crack cocaine. Black folks smoking, doing crack, the white boys up there on Wall Street smoking the cocaine. They didn't go to jail. They didn't go to jail. A lot of these families are broken because of the 3 strikes and you're out law that was under Biden and Clinton. Biden voted for it. Clinton voted for it. Send people to jail for a teaspoonful of crack for 40 years, 50 years. And these fathers was poor from these families. Black women left to do the best that they could. This was a system of white supremacy and its policies, young man, 317. You've got to study. You've got to read. The information is out here. You can't just go on your opinion. The Urban League just did a study, 2024, on the state of Black Chicago. That report said that Black people in Chicago get zero wealth. When they take your home, that's generational wealth. When they destroy your communities and all they want to do is put up affordable houses instead of single family homes where you can grow wealth. You can't grow wealth on a voucher. They want us to stay in this position. Affirmative action, that was for Black people that we fought for. Older generation, myself, we fought for it. Everybody benefited from affirmative action but us, the white woman more so than anybody. The Asians up there at Harvard University, when they reversed that decision, the Black law student population dropped. The Asians dropped too because they were going along with it. But since they dropped it, now the Asians are complaining. Asians, all of these groups do not like us. We have no friends. These people do not like us. They are here to replace us with the help of the United States government policies. That's what Zoe is talking about. So we need men and women who are going to get in there and represent the interests of the Black community. As I said, Marion Barry made the Black middle class in Washington, D.C. But it was the grassroots children, the maids, the janitors, the street cleaners. These were the children who were on the street in the South during the Civil Rights Movement. We didn't have that many educated Black people. Going back to the Johnson-Reed Act of 1924, that was passed to stop the flow of immigration coming into this country. Back then, it was 700,000 immigrants a year, Europeans, all ethnicities and nationalities. When they passed that law, it stopped the flow of immigration into this country. It went down to like 200,000 a year. What that did, that propelled the middle class. That's when the great migration took place out of the South, because after slavery, Black people in the South were in the most destitute position they could ever want to be in. But when that act was passed, it opened up jobs in the North. That is how the Black middle class came about. It wasn't during the 60s. And as a result of that, historically black colleges were built. That's how we got started. We have always resisted white supremacy. That is our culture. That is in our DNA.
Okay.
But if you've got to study, you've got to read, you got these phones in your hands. Read Chancellor Williams. Read Ivan Van Sertima. Read these historians. Read about these black economists. We've had them. We have them today. But what is so sad today is that we've been so compromised.
Okay,
So,
Mama.
Martin, I want to thank you for the show. It was a wonderful show. Young people just study and read.
Thank you, Mama Doris. All right, let me go to another brother, 281. 281. Go ahead, 281.
Martin,
Yes.
I think you have just broke the internet. You broke the internet tonight, bro.
Appreciate
you broke
you.
the internet
Appreciate
tonight.
you.
Oh my God, great show, man. My hands over here sweating. You got a lot going on tonight, man. A lot going on tonight. I want to start with the young ladies that was speaking in the beginning. They had it right. They had it right. You can see the social disconnection that we have been speaking about for many months on your show. And it spills into our culture, in our age rank as well, because of what has happened, like Mama Doris has said. I want to say to 317, my brother, I love you, I respect you, continue to do what you do. But Mama Doris and everyone else who spoke, shut it down. You have been officially schooled by the old school panel. I'm not going to beat you up, but you've been officially schooled because I'm worried about people who think like you, especially if you all have to run the country on political positions. I'm worried about you. You may be a well-traveled person with your businesses and whatever you say you have. And I'm not going to discredit you at that. But I want to pose this question to you. I'm not going to take 5 minutes. I'm going to land the plane. If now that they have picked on us and the immigrants, then they come back at us because we the ones that they feel that we need to be picked on. To show an example, to set examples of what's going to happen in this country, my brother. I want to answer this question. If they said you got 24 hours to leave this country, are you ready to go? A lot of people ain't ready to go. A lot of people can't leave. How dare you come over here with your ideology and put us down the way you put us down? Thank you, Martin. I'm
Thank
just
you.
in the background listening in.
Okay, thank you. All right, Old Timer.
But thank you for listening to me, brother.
Okay.
Thank you for listening.
No problem. Old Timer, come on.
Yes, sir. Shout out to the show. Now, I think the younger people have a strong point but they brought out some issues about us not being able to agree on almost anything. Now, those are things that I have said as well. They have brought out the fact that, that a lot of inventions nowadays is run by young people. Older people, you got some older people that don't even believe in the internet. I ain't putting my information out there so somebody can steal my stuff. So these younger people are moving on, and they're moving on by the hour, not by the day. They're their own invention, and they can run circles around us. I get trapped on my phone. I got to go to a young person to get it because the older people don't know how to do it. So this is where they're at. Now, where they're not what they're not looking at is that our communities are our communities, and they need to be brought up. And our communities should be further along, but due to inefficiencies with money
that has never been given us. Schooling, underprivileged schools is not comparable to Wabansi and all these Neuqua Valley. They got schools that look like the college campuses versus our school just half a block long. So these people are much further ahead than us, and it's going to be very hard to catch them, and they're not giving up anything. So I have said all along, anything that we're going to want, we have to fight for it. Now, but what I'm not understanding is somebody that's saying that we have to have black people that look like us to be able to represent us. I mean, represent us in what? Because we have all the representation that we have. We had now Washington for mayor, the city council. You had Gus Savage down there for years that argued for Chicago and different things, and yet at the same time, we still not where we're supposed to be. So now I personally think that we can rise to where we need to be if we see that we need to be there. But it's not much space for us. So whatever we're going to get, we have to make it work for us. But the young people have to understand that the Caucasian race, given to what they call themselves as being inherently superior to other people, they're not going to give up theirs neither. Now they got little dog whistles that they use, and they try to say, "Oh, America," but we already know that that's not America that we have experienced as being as a black race. So they're gonna have to put their money where their mouth is. And the only thing I can say is that if you feel that you can make a difference, brother, I say run. But I hope you run as a Democrat, and unify the Democrat race, because you don't have much else anywhere else, brother. I hear y'all talking a lot of stuff, but when it comes down to it, there's a lot of red out there, brother. There's a lot of red, and there's very little blue. And anything else is not gonna get us nothing. So you're gonna have to kick that donkey all the way to the finish line. And you got to put all in all into it, just like Obama did. And you're going to have to stand with the few people that you got, and you're going to have to make a difference. But the white people is not going to give up nothing. As a matter of fact, they're going to press more. I saw where Trump the other day spent $71 million just on golf alone, and is subject to go up to $300 million before the year's out. Now, if Obama would have did that, they would have crucified him. See, so I'm telling you, the difference between what Caucasians do and what black people do is a big difference. It's a start. You can't even compare it. You can't even compare it. So when we get up to it and we see where it's going to benefit us, we got to run with it. But I tell you, the young people, y'all stay on it. And then when you see where you can build a neighborhood at, and you can make strong strides in government, then that's when we getting somewhere. But until then, we're going to be out here fighting this fight, and we're going to fight it with the few people that we got. So thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the comments. Okay, I think I just got another call. I don't know if we're going to take this caller. Now, let me see. Who is this? Who is this? 7975. Who are you?
This is Kenny Mack, Grand Rising.
Okay, Kenny Mack.
I'd just like to say one thing.
Okay, Kenny Mack. Hold it, Kenny Mack. I got one person in front of you. Actually, I have two people in front of you. That's not. How old are you, Mr. Kenny Mack? First of all, how old are you?
I'm 69.
Oh, go ahead. I'm gonna let you talk. Go ahead, Kenny Mack. Go ahead.
One thing I like to say, as FBA's foundational Black Americans, we have to stop supporting people that look like us. They are not of our lineage. So how can you expect them to come here and speak on your behalf? The biggest mistake that we made was letting them participate in our government. I have traveled to many countries, and nowhere that I have traveled to that I can speak on their government or say anything negative about them people there, because it wouldn't go good for me. And I land my plane.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Sharice, did you want to say something real quick? You're welcome to say something because I know.
Yeah, I want to say something to anyone that's listening, especially Mr. Berkowitz. Please do not feel uncomfortable to call in. This platform is for everyone, regardless of race and gender. It doesn't matter if you're not Black. You can call in. Martin doesn't have a problem with white people calling in, Mexican people, Asian. It doesn't matter. So I was in the comments with Mark Berkowitz, and he believed that you, Martin, didn't want to hear from him. And I told him that's not true.
No, we had an age limit.
Everyone is welcome here.
Right. We have an age limit.
No, age limit, yeah. But he felt that you didn't want to talk to him because he's not Black. So I told him that's not true. Everyone is welcome here. So
Thank
that's
you.
all I want to say. Everybody is welcome.
Okay. B Red, come on, B Red. Is he still on here? B Red. Did he hang up? Oh, he hung up. Okay, Buck. Come on, Buck. You old enough.
No, I'm here.
Go ahead, B Red. Go ahead. I didn't see you. Go ahead. Go ahead, my brother.
I'll make it quick, man.
Go ahead.
That young man kind of threw me off a little bit because he's an entrepreneur. So his mindset is that I'm a go-getter. And I get that. You keep that drive, young man, because that's what's going to make you successful. I appreciate that. The only issue that you're going to run into is when you decide to grow your business. When you decide to grow what you got, and you got to go to them folks to get that money. Like I did when I was trying to grow my business. I had $30K in the bank. $30K. You know how long and hard I had to work to save up $30K? I go in the bank, need to get some things done with my business. I go in there, talk to the brother, they wouldn't loan me a dime. Credit score in the 700s, wouldn't loan me a dime. And he had $30,000 of my money in his bank account. See, that's the stuff they tell you you're going to run into. You're going to have to find another way. We always have to find another way. Where if I'd have been a Caucasian man who had that kind of money in the bank and I want to grow my business, the president of the bank would have came down there and sat down there and tried to figure out a way to get me what I need. I didn't even get a sit down. I sat down with that dude for about 2 or 3, 4 minutes. He looked at my bank account, he looked at my credit score and all that. And he said, well, you know, you need to go to the Small Business Administration. Broke my heart. But your drive is what's going to make you successful. And everybody that you run into don't have the same drive that you have. It's going to take people like you to not only get in and out this bucket, but please reach down there and pull somebody up with you. And so they can pull somebody up with them. Don't ever have an attitude that if I can get it, you can get it. Because that's what they tell us. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. See, that's what they sound like to those of us who've been living for a while. And we've all encountered that if we ever try to do anything outside of work a job. And some of us have heard that who've been working jobs, who get to a certain level and they can't get any higher and wonder why. I told Martin this earlier, and I'm gonna make it quick, Martin. Generation X failed you guys. We did. We put you kids in the dope game. We put you kids in the gang. We smoked weed around y'all. We cussed. We let y'all listen to gangster rap music while you were sitting in the car next to us when you were 4, 5, 6 years old. We glorified gangster lifestyles. And our kids are raising these kids that are just this woman walking home with her kids.
Exactly.
See, them could be my grandbabies because they're 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old. The mama, my daughter may have been that girl that was sitting there next to the little girl when she was doing the apology. And I can't tell every kid in Generation Z that we failed them. But I'm telling y'all on this program, Generation X failed y'all. We put y'all in places and in positions that y'all should have never been in. Because we wasn't raised that way. Excuse me, I'm almost done.
We're talking, that's it.
We wasn't raised that way. See, Generation X, we wasn't allowed to be in grown folks' conversations. We wasn't allowed to sit around grown folks while they smoked weed, played dominoes, and cussed and drank. That wasn't us. We had our butts outside. It didn't care how cold it was, how tall are the snowbanks where we out there making snowmen and grown folks in the house doing grown folk stuff? But we didn't take that attitude when we raised ours. We let y'all in places that y'all should have never been. We introduced y'all to stuff that y'all should have never introduced y'all to. This is Generation X raising Generation Z. And we owe y'all a hell of an apology, because the reason that you're seeing the stuff that you're seeing now is because Generation X failed the generation that's raising these kids now. And that's facts. We stopped taking y'all to church. Mom used to drag us to church. We didn't give up. We never wanted to go. We had to be there. Sunday school, church on Wednesday, Monday's church service. We had to be there. But we didn't make our kids go to school, go to church. We didn't. We didn't support the teachers when they got on our kids and said, hey, your kid is bad, your kid is doing this, and your kid is doing that in class. We want to go out there and cut the teachers. See, that was Generation X.
I can barely hear you.
Okay.
That was Generation X. Yeah, my phone is right here, bro.
Okay.
I'm moving around, so I'll stop moving. That was Generation X. And see, that's what we did. Instead of us letting the principals discipline these kids, we let it slide. But I'll get off now. I learned to play. Y'all go ahead, man. My phone probably going out.
Thank you, sir.
Can I think?
No. I mean, can you just hold it? Buck, where you go? Buck, are you still there? Buck is in his 60s. I did want to hear from him as well. Buck, call back in real quick. I want to hear from you before I close it out. I just want to. Why are we waiting on Buck?
Are we going to get the question, Neil Martin?
No. We're gonna. This is it. That's it. I mean, we've been on here 2.5 hours. I let you guys do your thing, the young people, without any interruptions.
I just got some questions to ask.
No, brother. Put them in the chat. You smart enough. Put them in the chat. Maybe somebody will respond to you. Okay. If you notice, those of you that's been watching, you've noticed I've been putting pictures up, and the purpose of put the pictures up to remind us of our history. And most of these pictures that you see are from the 60s and the 50s. So this is real. Now, some of you that's 30 and under 40, you may think that was a long time ago. It wasn't that long, people. And white people, they use the word, they try to deflect our history and tell us to talk about 2025. That's what they try to do. I got you, Buck. Hold on. So you'll see them in the comments. You'll hear them in a small chat. Well, what about right now? You'll never hear no white person publicly ever telling the Jews to forget the Holocaust. And that didn't even happen on his land at all. But they'll tell black people, and some of you young people that's under 40, you got the same mentality as white people. Let's forget that past. And people who refuse to learn their history are bound to make the same mistakes, repeat the same thing. Your history is important to you. It should be important to you. It tells us where we came from and where we should be going. And we should have the mentality of the people that call themselves Jews. Never again. Never again. Never again. And we're supposed to have that attitude at all times. We had people, Malcolm X. He wasn't for his selfish own gain. He was for his people. Now, I understand a lot of you young people, you said, well, Martin, I got my master's degree, I got my business, and I'm doing well, and I live in an affluent neighborhood. Very well. But what about your people? Who are your proteges? Have you taught somebody anything? Are you willing to die with your skill instead of pass it on to another black, young African-American male? A lot of you, a lot of you gonna have a problem. You're gonna die with your talents. All right, we're gonna go to Buck. Come on, Buck, and you're my last caller. Last person talk. Come on, Buck.
Hey, everybody, blessings all. Blessings, everyone.
How old are you, Buck? How old are you?
65.
Okay, 65. Come on. You qualified. Come on. Come on, Buck.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. I grew up in the era where the brother before me was saying that we had failed our Generation X. I don't know. I'm a baby boomer, whatever that is. But
I was around all that kind of stuff, negative neighborhoods, negative things around me and close to me. And it's about your choices. As black people in America, this Constitution, this government was never made for us to be coexisting in it. So political people, just somebody sitting at a table in a white environment, trying to sit up there and act like they're gonna do something for us, because this system is not made for us. Even as the messenger, that's Elijah Muhammad, would speak to the brothers when I was a young kid and tell us that we need to do for self. Ain't no rescue unit coming for us. We can pull our money together, but we get brainwashed, because if you get a job, that's exactly what it is. You are working for the man, helping him promote white supremacy. If you work as a politician, you're working for the man, helping him promote white supremacy. Until we can connect with each other on every level. And you can't save everybody, but you need to start with your own family. You start in your house, your extended family, and try to connect. People that need help and advice, reach out to them. People that need direction, give them direction. Anybody that's in an arm's throw of you can get help from you, but you cannot down anybody. I would never give up on nobody. People that have been in jail, they deserve another chance. Anybody can make a mistake. We're not God. We don't have the power to judge people and put people down. Now, if you believe, we've been indoctrinated to believe that Jesus is white. We believe that all the stuff we've been told is right. But like I said, they told us the Lone Ranger was a white man, and that's a brother. So the information you get in America is always lies. So until you start having self-belief in yourself and your family and your other brothers and sisters, and grow like a real village out here, we all going to be a lost tribe, because the people stripped everything away from our culture, our spiritual values, our values as people, and they gave them their stuff. We all indoctrinated. If you go to a white man's school, you're going to learn the white man's way. Until you try to connect with your people and learn, we are spiritual people. Until you connect with each other and try to work with each other and give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Even that brother from Indiana was talking all that stuff. First of all, to be a racist, you need to have power. You got to control the economy. You got to control the school system. You got to control the banking. You got to control where people live at. If you don't have that kind of power, and you don't make the food, then you just talking loud and saying nothing. We don't have the power to be racist. We are puppets in a system until we understand our proper polarity in this world and try to be real about being black in America and realize that we need each other to make it. You can't do it by yourself. This world became a part of everybody trying to do your thing, I'm going to do mine. Until you become a family, until your brothers and sisters instead of N's and B's, then you're going to see a change in our community. You got to love on each other. If you keep on putting each other down and degrading each other, and then you don't try to, if you even people that's in that political game, I won't talk about them bad. I'll wait till the white folks. I had to talk to them one-on-one, because I'm not going to berate my people. You know, even we in no time I go back and forth, but hey, that's love between me and him. But I wouldn't do that for no white folks now. He might see it different, but I'm going to love on my black people, and I ain't going to put them down for no white man and make them look like we can always be separated. We come as one, and we always going to be one. So God bless everybody.
All right, people, that's it. I thank you guys for calling in tonight. That's why we had the 60 up and 40 and under, so we can learn from each other. So I hope that this have been a learning experience. And I know a lot of us, we believe different, we think different, but as Bobby says, Bobby says, just keep on living. You'll find out. The church folks used to say, Father alone you'll understand it all by and by. I tell you, and you will. Just keep on living. You may not see what we're talking about and what we've been through, but you'll guarantee if you keep on living, and I guarantee you're gonna say, hey, that's what them old folks was talking about on that panel. That's what they was talking about. Them old folks, older people, if I may say. I don't know who this guy is. 847. Who are you?
I want to see him.
Okay. I'm sorry, brother. The show is over with, bro. I appreciate you. I mean, we've been on here like
to get a couple words.
nah, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I've been on here 2.5 hours, 2 hours and almost 40 minutes, man. And I'm so sorry, brother. And I'm tired. This is my second show. I appreciate you, and I know exactly who you are too. All right, people. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and what? And shame the devil. I love being black. All right, people, go in peace. Make sure y'all share the video. Thank you, my 40 and under. Thank you, my 60 and over. Appreciate you. Peace out.